Hey, you're seen, you're heard. Welcome to episode 1 of The Speaker. Is today the best day or what? My mother's great. My mother's the best mother. Just wow. Oh wait, there's more. How many of these golden messages are there? With kids talking about their mom. So there's a whole lot and we can't go through them all. So we're going to look at the following 6 quotes that are found on usatoday.com. Okay. First quote. Mama was, by the way, these quotes were picked out in no specific order, so some of them may not show up in the same order on the site. Is what I'm saying. All right, back to the first quote. Mama was my greatest teacher, a teacher of compassion, love, and fearlessness. If love is sweet as a flower, then my mother is that sweet flower of love. Stevie Wonder. Second quote. Mother is a verb. It's something you do, not just who you are. Cheryl Lacey Donovan, The Ministry of Motherhood. Alright, moving on to the next quote. I can't imagine no heroism greater than motherhood. Lance Conrad, The Prince of Creation. Right, next quote. There's no way to be a perfect mother and a million ways to be a good one. Jill Churchill. Okay. Being a mother is an attitude. This is next quote, by the way. Being a mother is an attitude, not a biological relation. Robert A. Heinlein. Have spacesuit, will travel. And the last quote we're going to look at is by Mitch Albom. I realized when you look at your mother, you're looking at the purest love you will ever know. Mitch Albom, For One More Day. Just want to take a moment of silence, about 30 seconds or so. All right. So if you want to think love is for the weak and people should toughen up and do for themselves and so on, there is a great possibility that your very ability to do anything from having a job, a career, education, resources, or anything else that has had or will have a positive impact on who you are now had at least one act of kindness or love coming from somewhere along your journey. So let us love. Alright, now this slide right here, this one is up on the speaker's Instagram page, or one of the Instagram reels, and then it's also up on TikTok. So we're going to just go through each bullet point and answer the question with a possible answer to it, and then we're just gonna move our way to the other section of today's episode. By the way, it's not gonna be a really long episode. I anticipate this being less than 30 minutes. Okay, alright, so what basis, well, first let's back up a little bit. Love, PP, what bases are used to determine our expectation of being loved? Maybe when we love, we expect love in return, right? It comes as a natural thought process for many of us. We love and we expect love in return, right? Now we're going to move on to the next bullet point here. When do we sort of look forward to it? So we expect it if we loved the person first, but when do we kind of start looking forward to it? A lot of times we love most consistently, and we simply don't get love back. Good example of this would be being in a relationship. Sometimes we love our partner and spouse while they don't love us back. We often tend to gradually want to get better at loving them, right? In hopes of being loved back one day. Another example is friendship. We may think if we impress our friends just enough, they will love us. Or if we talk to them about everything, if we call them up all the time, if we take them out, pay for lunch, then they will love us and accept us. We crave that love back and are oftentimes left hungry or thirsty. Next bullet point, what happens when those expectations are not met? Hurt, disappointment, disbelief, denial, kind of like an emotional roller coaster. Next bullet point, how does love play a role in our lives? Love is a powerful force. There's no denying that. Just hearing other people's love story can change our lives. And that demonstrates just how powerful love really is. You know, there was a mother that shared a story about her two daughters. She talked about how one daughter was quiet, simple, smart, and an introvert, while the second daughter is much different. She isn't shy, she's a fashionista and a talker, and the mother goes, I love them equally the same. And that was felt most deeply. The piercing effect of this woman's love for her daughters gave chills, even though there is a chance that one of them could possibly be more like her, which is an incentive to kind of like love that one a little bit more, right? But she still loves them both equally. Love changes lives. Next bullet point, what happens when we haven't experienced love? Insecurity or sense of self becomes impaired. creates some distrust. It makes us more cynical. We look to our parents as a reference point for a sense of our own identity. A lot of times this is the case. When parents are failing to demonstrate sincere acts of genuine and unconditional love, it can hurt our sense of being, leaving us to feel rejected and unloved, leaving us to think that we're somehow at fault for not being worthy of their love. This is especially true when there are, other siblings. You have sisters, you have brothers, and they're not running short on seemingly getting our parents' love. I think a child would be bothered if their parents have a favorite child other than them. If that parent loves them equally and they know it. It's one thing for parents to say they love us. It's another thing for us to know. But it's not rocket science, really, right? When our parents love us, we know. And unfortunately, the opposite is true. Alright, next bullet point. When love is inherent. Okay. Now, this is what we probably all want, right? Inherent love that comes naturally from our parents. They love us, we love them, and through the bumps and hurdles along the way, the power of their love diminishes the negative effect of misfortune and creates a legacy of compassion and that radiates through all the lives of the people they have touched, especially and specifically their children. It permeates every aspect of one's life in many different ways. It is certainly a confidence booster, helping us to be empathetic, giving us a good not self yet, but giving us a good sense of self-worth. Sorry about that. Your hurt isn't understood. Next bullet point, by the way, sorry. Your hurt isn't understood by the people in your life. Many times, persons may not seem to understand what we're going through, or what we are, or that we are deserted and rejected by our parents. They don't really get it. They may want to think that we may be at fault and find it unfathomable that a parent or mother could not love their child, which is okay. This can be quite painful for those of us who live through these experiences and to see that they are invalidated sometimes by those closest to us. As difficult as this may be, know that you are heard and you are seen. Now we're going to talk about PP. The people that breaks us helps us to appreciate the people that builds us to a much greater magnitude. Before we talk about parent power, I actually have a genuine question. Do you believe that parents are sometimes aware of the power they bear over their children, and that when they reject their child, the extent to which it affects them? Do you think that they calculate these things in their actions? Do you feel that they do? And if you could comment what you think about, or what you think about those questions, I look forward to reading them. Their effect upon us impact us as a child and even into adulthood. To that end, one other question. Why does it hurt so bad? Right. Okay. PP stands for parent power for more than one reasons. When have you ever heard the saying, make things right with your ex partner or your ex-spouse or an ex-friend? You're doing it for you, not for them. This may be a saying that is less popular, but what we hear more often is make things right with your parents. You're doing it for you, not for them, right? There is the power that parents hold over every one of us. A divorce, a breakup, losing a friend, losing your first love, mistreatment from other family members, losing a job, an opportunity, or even missing your flight. They just don't quite come close to the hurt. We endure when a parent purposefully withholds love from us. Their power over us lingers for a really long time, right? Your husband and partner is going to ask, what? What are they going to ask about? Your parents, your kids, friends at work. It comes up in almost all conversations with the persons closest to us. Not only that, people don't always see you as strong and confident. When they learn that you and your parents are estranged, they may often times see you as this weak person, like a reject, sort of. Your partner may even see it as weakness in you. And if he or she does, obviously they're just as bad. But they may use it for scoring points to hurt you, because their thinking is along the lines of, who are you gonna run to? Your mom? Your dad? You know, our parents put us in a really unique and vulnerable place. When they use their PP to hurt us, a parent will actually tell their kids directly or indirectly, you're nothing without me. If we do not supplement that lack of or the absence of love in our lives, it can affect our development, because every time our parents come up in conversation, we break all over again. It can get into our heads, and based on conversations with other people having similar experiences, losing a spouse, and I mean in a breakup, a partner, a friend, just doesn't hurt the same way. It really is another altitude of betrayal. We have to find ways to supplement this hurt and void that we may feel. It's funny how oftentimes kids that suffer from PP or other or the ones actually that that are affectionate, kind-hearted, empathetic in nature, or ones that love wholeheartedly. There are instances of parents that will hear their children's loving perspective and sulk because it is laced with so much love through and through, and they resent it. They may resent that love that you possess. Now, all things considered, right, we still have to cope and overcome the adversities a lack of love and disapproval from our parents bring upon our lives. For every PP, parent power, there is an LKP, loving kid power. Kind of like Newton's law. If we allow our hurt to overpower our love, we may lose our way and hope. And that only strengthens the PP, really. For instance, if a child gives up and becomes delinquent in any way, folding under the pressures of the constant breaking after a parent's rejection, that parent is even more empowered and can easily trick themselves to feel justified for rejecting you in the first place, because then the delinquency that follows the rejection somehow makes them feel that we were not good or worthy of their affection in the first place. They may paint a picture of your delinquency being who you are and not taking responsibility for being a major contributor to their child's failures. They look at our failure to internally defend that we definitely didn't deserve love to begin with. Develop and perfect your LKP. The ability to look at the people you love and know that you have the power to hurt them, but instead you love them generously. The ability to protect the ones you love from any form of hurt you have experienced with your own parents. You now get to protect your own children and create an environment of loving supporters. You get to create a new generation and do not allow anyone to soil your efforts. That's LKP. It's not the easiest thing to do. But smile when you feel frustrated. Laugh if you must. Be a kind parent. If you don't have children, you can still be a kind parent. How? Let the people closest to you feel love and warmth and safe from emotional pain by the way you interact with them. Last thing to add on to LKP today is being respectful and loving to our parents that hurt us. And just to be clear, I'm not saying we need to talk to them on the phone all the time or hang out. If you can pull that off, kudos to you. But whenever there's an encounter with them, be respectful, be loving in that should they have a need and you find it possible to help them, then you probably should. And I'm by no means saying what anyone should be doing, but this is a part of the approach to our healing. An example of being respectful is sending a text. A one-line text will do. Happy Mother's Day. And I know today is it's past 12 o'clock, and this was meant to be on here earlier on the day off, which is yesterday, but we can talk about that another time. Just know that I am learning and not always very savvy with getting these things and creating these videos or reels, or a lot of it is a little bit takes a little bit more effort just to get things completed, I guess, and ready to be uploaded. So I just I hope that even the quality, if it's not that great, or if it's if you have any suggestions, I'm always open to that. But just know that this is something that I'm working on. It's interesting because I'm pretty sure if I was given the responsibility of doing this for somebody else, probably wouldn't be too difficult. I'll just follow the instructions and do it. But here am I doing this for not necessarily me, but me doing it individually, I guess, and not for somebody else directing me and telling me what to do. Seems a little bit more difficult, if that makes any sense. But thank you for being here. Thank you for being patient with me with doing this. Just want to challenge everyone to unleash your LKP, loving kid power, and grow more loving every day. On the next few slides, you'll find the takeaway and affirmations for today. You'll also see songs picked for today, and then after that, you'll find another thank you for being here. And check out the speaker on Instagram, thespeak.7, on TikTok, thespeak.7, and right here on YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe for updates on upcoming episodes or events. Really, really happy you're here. Until then, have a good night. Bye.